morning, good afternoon, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever.
All of the things.
This is All of the Things, Silmarillion Film Project. This is Trish Lambert, your co-host, and I hope this is the last time for a while I'll be doing the introduction, but the only reason I hope that is because I'm hoping that Dave will be back with us in the next session.
Right. We'll see.
We'll see. New dad, second time around.
Yeah.
So hopefully he'll be able to join us. But, so I'm here with the main co-host, Corey Olson, and tonight we're doing the casting for season 4, and I'm so excited.
Absolutely. Casting for season 4. First, before we even begin, many thanks to Hakan for all of the work that he did on casting. He's our casting director for Silm Film, and has done a wonderful job.
No, he managed the poll and the whole everything.
Everything, yeah.
He put it all together.
The whole business. So it's been great fun. This is always it's always a fun step. On the one hand, I always feel like sort of I'm most off of my home ground when we're doing casting because I don't know many of the actors and actresses and stuff. But at the same time, it's really fun because, you can really begin to sort of visualize things, right? When you think about the characters that we've been developing and the storylines we've been discussing, and you begin to sort of, put faces in them and imagine what this would look like and how it would go. It's always fun. So,
but you're in better shape this year than you were in previous years.
I am in better shape. So there are two things that I've done since last casting season, which puts me in a better position. So the first thing I've done is that since last year's casting show, I've watched Game of Thrones all the way through. So I now know all the Game of Thrones people. So that gives me one big advantage that I didn't have before. The second thing is that I've been watching through the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe in TV shows and movies in chronological order, and I'm about 80% of the way through that probably. So between like watching all of the Marvel things and Game of Thrones, I recognized way more of the actors and actresses than I usually do. So that's begun to change things a little bit. So just quick before I start off, just wanted to mention real quick, announcement wise, just to remind folks of our upcoming moots. We've got Tex Moot coming up in a week and a half. Looking forward to being there and meeting Trish and hearing Trish's keynote address down there in Houston next Saturday. Yeah. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then, of course, we have SoCal Moot out in Hollywood. Dave is going to be hosting that, so we have 2 Silm Film hosts in a row going to be sort of at the center of these next 2 moots. So Dave is hosting us at the Netflix headquarters out in Hollywood on the 22nd of February. So those are our 2 regional moots that are upcoming, and of course, Myth Moot is happening. The early bird registration for Myth Moot is opening. And we made a really fun announcement this week, in case you missed it. Verlin Flieger is going to be there, who's wonderful. I mean, she's just, she's like the Galadhil of Tolkien studies. And if you've never gotten to meet her, you really should. She's just wonderful. Trish can tell you about meeting Verlin Flieger. And
great.
But in addition, not only is she going to be there, but she has a new book that she's releasing called Arthurian Voices, and we are going to be releasing the release of her book is going to be at Mythmoot this year. And she wrote a play called The Bargain, which is basically an adaptation of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, and we're going to do a Reader's Theatre live performance of her play.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I think she cast me as the Green Knight, or at least as like the Green Knight at home, like as Sir Bersilac in the manor. So I'm going to be the jovial host whose wife comes on to Sir Gawain. I think is what I'm going to be. Anyway, it's going to be really, really cool. So
will you be wearing medieval costume like you did when you were in a madrigal?
I doubt it. I certainly will not be wearing that medieval costume, I can promise you. Yeah, it's one of my life goals, honestly, not to wear a codpiece again. But anyway, so it's it's kind of like one of the ways I define success in life. Really,
is not having to wear one ever
that's
again.
it. Yeah. No, that's pretty much it. But anyway, so we're I don't know about costuming or anything, but anyway, it's certainly going to be a lot of fun. So I hope folks can join us for Mythmoot. That's the 25th through the 28th of June in Leesburg, Virginia. And you can go to signumuniversity.org/mythmoot for all of the information on that. The call for proposals is also up. So, lots of different kinds of presentations and opportunities for folks to present and stuff. And so there's all the information about those things there as well as the full pricing range. We're going to do Mootcast again, so if you absolutely can't make it in person to Mythmoot, you can still attend virtually and get recordings of all of the sessions, so you don't have to miss out completely, even if you can't physically be with us. So it's going to be great. So anyhow, just wanted to remind everybody of those upcoming moots and stuff. Also, I will say March is going to be Sunshine Moot back in Orlando again, and I'm hearing rumors about some really fun stuff that are being planned for Sunshine Moot this year. So looking forward to that too. I think I'm going to have a stowaway to Sunshine Moot again this year. My son Matthias, the rambunctious Riolu from his weekly Pokemon show on our Twitch channel, is Sunshine Moot in Orlando falls quite near his birthday, so he is always feels like the coincidence of me going down to Orlando near his birthday is just too much to pass up. This is his right to attend with me here. So anyway, he'll be coming down and probably bringing his Ravenclaw robes again. Anyhow.
Ravenclaw, I'm Ravenclaw.
He's
Yay!
Totally Ravenclaw. Yeah.
Yay, Ravenclaw.
Absolutely, yeah. Gryffindor myself, but he's definitely Ravenclaw.
Of course you are.
Yeah. Cool. Anyway, all right. So, let us get to the casting. So first, this wonderful initial page, just to remind folks of who we're looking at. I have a cheat sheet because I didn't remember myself. Some of these are from all the way back from season 1. So the top left there, Lucy Liu is this is Varda. Right, we cast her as Varda, which I'm increasingly loving. Actually, I think that's a really neat casting. I'm quite liking that. This is Olmo, top right here. Right,
perfect.
So he's gonna have a role again in this season. Right, in the second row we've got Manwë, Daniel Day-Lewis there on the left, and this is our Melkor, staring straight at us here.
Still looking good.
Yeah. We've got Gothmog here. Right, our Gothmog who looks like a varsity athlete, basically, which is interesting. Yeah. We've got Maedhros here. Right. Tom Hiddleston we cast as Fingolfin. Right, so this is our Aravel, and then Turgon here on the right in the middle.
Nice.
Then our third row. This is Galadriel. Down here, Galadriel, and then Celeborn next to her. This guy with the red hair and the soulful blue eyes is Sauron. That's our Myron.
Right? Well,
yeah. So that means these two actors and actresses, this actor and this actress here, are whose names I can't remember. But these are the ones that we're gonna have like the longest sustained relationship with in film, right? They'll be appearing on all of the seasons of film. Of
course, Sauron will eventually not look like that once Numenor sinks.
Yeah. No, yes, exactly. He will certainly get a makeover there. But and then of course we have Thorin-Gwethel. We cast Sally Sparrow from Doctor Who as Thorin-Gwethel. Fingon here in the middle. Finrod Felagund there next to him. And then this is Angrod here. Angrod the not quite dead. And then in the bottom we've got Melian here in the left and Luthien in the middle. What did I just see the Luthian actress in? I just saw something that she was in. Did she have a Marvel role? Must have been, because that's what I've mostly been watching. Well, okay, I've been watching Marvel stuff, and then I've been watching, like, you know, British cottage mysteries with my wife. Okay.
She looks really familiar, and
I'm gonna have to figure it out. I just saw her in something, and I can't exactly place it. But anyway, I'll figure it out. Okay. Anyway, and then of course next to her is Thingol. So this is the
Paul Bettany?
folks. Yes.
That
yes.
is okay. For some reason, it doesn't look like Paul Bettany to me, but I guess it's just the angle.
Yep. That's Paul Bettany, and then we have Bilbo over here and Tom Bombadil in the bottom right, which now that I've seen Game of Thrones, I think is like 3 times as cool as I used to think it was. I mean, just not having seen Game of Thrones and just looking at him physically, I was like, that guy will be a really fun Tom Bombadil. Now that I've seen Game of Thrones, I think it's hilarious. Even more so. I love the casting now. I think it's before I thought it was nice. Now I think it's nice and also hilarious. So, okay. Thank you for the refresher. That is delightful. Okay, so now on to the main event. So this is the list of characters. We have a bunch of characters from the frame, and then we have, of course, a bunch of characters from the season. Now, many of the characters from the season have already been cast, so these are only new characters that we haven't cast yet. So we have Balin. This is an important role, right? Balin the dwarf, who is clearly one of the most important dwarfs of the Third Age. So, you know, his casting is important. Dain Ironfoot, similarly, he's going to be important. Dís, Bard, again, another pretty important character there. Ragna, Bard's wife. Galadhil, who is the sister of Celeborn, right? So she's the one character who's in both the frame and also the main, she's going to appear around Galadhil and Celeborn's wedding. Thranduil, of course, of Mirkwood, and most importantly, Gandalf. We cast a Lauren, from back in Valinor days, but we haven't actually had the incarnate Gandalf yet appear on stage. So we are we're having to do that this season. In addition, here are the ones from the first stage story that we still needed to cast. The voice of Glaurung and the voice of Thranduil. Anail the elf, this is the guy who is going to get captured and also who is going to end up being the foster father of Tuor in the wilderness. As that's sort of his immediate claims to fame. The latter one being what happens in the text, the former one being what we added to his story. We have Meryl, of course, the Sindar woman who marries Orodreth. With them being all cute at the Merethaderthad. We have Rogrin, one of my favorite characters, the big tough guy who's gonna die marvelously in the Fall of Gondolin. Caranthir. Now Caranthir is here. You might ask, why do we have Caranthir and none of the other sons of Fëanor? And that was because Caranthir was the one that we kind of sent Caranthir back to the drawing board last year. We wanted a redo on Caranthir, so that's what we're getting. We did cast all of the other sons of Fëanor last year, but now we have now we've got him set too. Diriel, the wife of Curufin, who gets captured and does her time up there in Angband, as we discussed during the plot story. Ethelos, of course, Angrad's wife, who also gets captured. Ecthelion and Glorfindel, and Idril filling out the Gondolin. We've cast Idril before, but we cast juvenile Idril during season 3 for the crossing of the Helcaraxa and the juvenile Idril during the flight of the Noldor. Now we need adult Idril to cast her here. Okay, so that's our list. That's our task. And let's see, our first set of candidates for Balin. So we're starting with the frame for Balin, and I love this list. This is a fabulous list, right? It includes Jonathan Frakes, that is Riker from Star Trek. Michael Gambon, I don't know him in much. I primarily remember him from that wonderful from Harry Potter. He was Dumbledore. I primarily remember him from that wonderful Matt Smith Doctor Who Christmas special. When he played the Scrooge character in the Christmas Carol Matt Smith episode. Loved that. But yes, he played Dumbledore as well. For some reason, I always still picture the Richard first Harris. Dumbledore. I know. I don't even associate him with Dumbledore. That's why I took a second there. And then, of course, Mandy Patinkin, which is a wonderful nomination. I would never have thought of that. But I don't think I've ever seen a picture of Mandy Patinkin with this lovely beard. And now that he has that lovely beard, I'm like, okay, all right, I'm in. Like if somebody just said that, Mandy Patinkin for Balin, I would have been like, what? Are you crazy? That's a ridiculous suggestion. But with the beard, I'm sold. And the winner was, so just to explain, we have the nominations on the discussion board, and then we have voting. Right, so we have voting, and if this is a really fun process, if both the nomination and discussion process, and then the voting, so just to draw people's attention to it, really fun opportunity for people to participate. We're gonna be doing this again next year, but the people have spoken, and the winner is Mandy Patinkin wins.
He's going to be a great Balin.
That is, like these pictures. That picture on the left, right? That is a perfect Balin. Look at the nose, right? The nose with the white beard. I'm telling you, like he barely even needs a fake beard, right?
And I think probably we're going to have in future seasons some pieces of him going to going to Moria.
Oh yeah.
We'll dramatize his story, and I think it'll be great. He'll be awesome.
It is something that I would really like to do, and we're going to get a lot of scope for this, of course, especially when we're in the Second Age, because there's so much, like dead space. I mean, like you read Appendix B, the chronology, right? And there's like whole long multiple centuries that basically get passed over, in which no events happen that make the historical record. I would love to see if we can really develop the story of the dwarves of Khazad-dûm, right? And the different elves, the whole Celebrimbor, like the elves of Holland, the dwarves of Khazad-dûm. I mean, there's so much that we, there's so much potential for story there. So anyway,
and having that story also, and then seeing the fall of it, it will be so much more than meaningful when the Fellowship is in Moria later.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be that will be amazing if we spend a substantial amount of time so that our audience is familiar and has all these memories of Moria. To be looking around at the Black Pit, right, and have our audience remembering Moria in its glory days. That's going to be fantastic. Now, obviously, like the fall of Khazad-dûm and stuff doesn't relate to Balin personally. It's a little before his time, but the point is, I agree. Like to be able to do justice to these dwarf stories, not just to come in at the very, very end of the story there, but there's certainly we'll get a lot of screen time for from like Thror and Thrain and Thorin,
and of course we have to do our own version of Azanulbazar as well. But also knowing the Khazad-dûm story, having the viewers experience it, we will be much more empathetic to Balin's quest, right? Absolutely. I mean, it'll make sense to us for sure.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Sharon, I was thinking the same thing, right? Yeah, we'll have to give Balin a singing part at some point, right? Definitely. We
could have him be the one that writes the song, right? The dwarf song they sing.
Yes.
He could be the one that like writes the word, or not writes the words and does the music, and maybe he's humming it the whole time or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's good. Nick, that's great. Nick said he's going to stir the pot and he's going to live tweet the results, and he's going to mention the actors.
Oh, he's going to add the actors.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
so
awesome.
we could get congratulations to Mandy Patinkin for being cast as Balin. That's so exciting. Yeah. I'm sure he's going to be delighted. I expect to hear back from him.
Maybe we get the Hollywood press to start writing stories.
Absolutely, yeah. Let's by all means let's start multiple stories and rumors. It's gonna absolutely happen too. Awesome. So, okay. So strong beginning here with Balin. Our next one is Dain Ironfoot. And we have Russell Crowe, Clive Mantle, and Vincent Regan. Now, where do I know Clive Mantle from? I was going
to ask. Does somebody else
click on him. He's a very familiar face.
Click on, because he is to me too. I assume.
I'm looking at his IMDb page, and thank you so much for the direct links to his IMDb page. That is super helpful. So I'm looking through. He was in. Wait a second. Of course, he was in. Wasn't he in
Game of Thrones? Oh, Jonathan Strange. He was in Jonathan Strange.
I think he. Let's see. I think he was definitely. He is in Jonathan Strange. Yeah, you're right about that.
I'm not. Steven wrote it. He said he was in Game of Thrones and Jonathan Strange. Yeah.
And he was in. Right. He was Great John Umber in Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
Right. That was a rather short role there. But there's another. He was definitely in. Was he in Hulk? What was he in?
Was he in a?
I feel sure he was in a. I'm picturing him in a lab
I know he's
coat.
a big dude, but so is what's his face that played Gimli too. He's a big guy, so no problem.
Yeah. Darn it, what was it that he was in that I'm remembering? Oh no, Sherlock. I'm remembering his Sherlock role from the Hounds of the Baskerville.
He was in the Baskerville. Okay,
he was the guy who ended up being the villain. Spoilers in the Hounds of Baskerville, the new Sherlock version of that. Yeah, okay. I was picturing him in a lab coat, so I thought it was a Marvel role, but no, it was Sherlock. Yeah, we just watched that with my kids recently. So, okay, that's what I was thinking of. Okay, phew. This happens to me a lot. I have a really good memory for faces, so like I'm constantly seeing somebody and being like, wait, I remember this person from a minor role, and it'll bother me until I can place it.
And you can picture it in your mind's eye, right? You totally have the mental image, and you can't place which movie it was in. Yeah,
exactly. So yeah, that's why
all of these guys are good choices, I think.
Really, yeah. So this is great. I don't know Vincent Regan, our third one here.
He looks really familiar, but I'm not placing him in a movie.
Yeah, Russell Crowe I would not have imagined that for Dain Ironfoot, but I could see him pulling off Dain Ironfoot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, and the winner is.
Billy Connolly can do it.
Yeah, that's true. He can do better than Billy Connolly. I think so. Okay, Clive Mantle wins. Clive Mantle. There we go. That's right. Good. Yeah. No, I like that. I think he's got. He's got a good dwarf face. It's all about the nose, right? Like, you can't have a tiny little nose and be a good dwarf, right?
Right.
Both.
Right.
It's so yeah. I think it's.
Plus, Hakon was smart to be using photos with beards.
Yeah.
For both of them.
Exactly. It he can definitely pull off the beard and has both like the physical presence and the gravitas. I think that works. Yeah, cool. All right. Dees. All right, our three nominees are Kathy Bates, Michelle Fairley, and Glenn Close. Okay. Did you have any favorites in this race?
Me?
Yes.
Well, I kind of was. This is one of the ones I was telling Corey before we went on the air. It's like some of these I look at and I go, gosh, I'd like to see them in some other role. Like Glenn Close would make a great Haleth, for example.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm thinking, I don't know, but Kathy Bates for me, I think she'd be a great Dees, frankly. I mean, especially, I don't know, it just makes sense to me. She just seems like she could definitely be Thorin's sister.
Right. Of course, Michelle Fairley was Catelyn Stark in Game of Thrones.
Right.
She was also. I knew I recognized her from something else too, which was the White Princess. She was Margaret Beaufort in the White Princess.
Oh.
Another. See, that's in the category of my period historical dramas, especially 15th and 19th century, and British cottage mysteries. I'm all over those.
Because that's what Bridget likes, right?
Through my marriage. Yeah, exactly. So,
absolutely. And I'm with her. Those are the kind of things I watch too.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's see. And the winner is Kathy Bates.
Hooray!
Okay, that's good. So hang on. I need to.
She's probably about the right height Bates. Too, I think, isn't she?
She doesn't look very tall. Yeah,
I think she is pretty short.
let's see. What I don't know that I know her very well.
Oh gosh, she's been in a bunch of stuff. She played in
The Big Bang Theory. Okay, right.
Well, she was also in that one with James Caan, the Stephen King movie Misery. I don't know if you ever saw that. Way back when.
That,
she played
that.
And she was in Fried Green Tomatoes, and the Whistle Stop Cafe. She played a role in that. She's been in a lot of really interesting roles.
Right. She's done a lot of TV.
Unsinkable Ballet Brown and Titanic. That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. I like that. Yeah, she's in the Titanic. That was a while ago now, but okay, cool. All right. Excellent. Bard. All right. Michael Shannon, Tom Hardy, and Joaquin Phoenix.
Again, these are all really good choices.
Yeah. But you're right. Sorry, going back to what you were saying about Glenn Close. I do sometimes sometimes there are actors and actresses that were like, we should save that person, right?
I know.
But
I know we've said that before, and I don't actually remember who we said that about in previous seasons.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we do. Like, for instance, I was pretty sure Chris Hemsworth. Didn't we end up saving him, or did we end up casting him as Orome? Maybe,
I think
or
we did. No, I
something
think
like that.
Didn't we save him, or
we wanted to save him to be one of the Rohirrim?
We did.
I think
we saved him.
We wanted to save him for Aemir, maybe, or something like that. Yeah,
or something. Yeah. And we did cast him, his brother Liam. That's right. What did we cast Liam as? Do you remember, Marie?
Yeah, I'm not remembering that either.
Eonwë? Oh, I think we did do Eonwë. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah,
he had a very important role in season 1. And of course, he's going to come back again later on.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and Bard is Michael Shannon. Okay, and I don't know him
quite a margin
very well, but yeah, no, I think I mean I like the look. I think, and this, of course, this is Bard several years later, right? So this is King Bard that we're depicting in the frame here. But Chris Graham says Michael Shannon totally has that gruff pessimist quality.
Yes,
so you think
exactly.
He could do the grim-voiced man well, right? Chris,
absolutely. Even the left hand where he's kind of smiling is still a little bit of a tight smile, kind of. You know what I mean? It's like
that looks so. It looks like it causes him just a little bit of pain, right? To smile, like, yeah. The picture on the right looks a little more natural, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
No, I think he'd be good. Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Good. I think it's a fine choice.
And obviously the voters did too, because he won by quite a bit.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, now Ragna, his wife, who we have as an important figure there in Dale. We have Haley Atwell, Nicola Walker, and Kristen Chenoweth.
Another singer.
Right, true. And Haley Atwell is the winner. Okay. All right. Now, hang on a second. I just saw her recently, too, and I got to figure her out here. What did I just see her in? Oh, Captain America, of course. Right. Yes, I just saw she's...
okay.
Yes, she's Peggy Carter.
Peggy Carter,
so, yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm. Right. Naturally. That's what I know her as. Okay, cool. I think that's... that's great.
Good.
She can definitely pull that off. Yep. Cool. Neat. Yeah. So just looking at some of the other things that she's been in, but that's definitely where I recognize her from. So good. Yep. Agent Carter. I can see that. I can see that working really well. I think she would, because she has to be, that I can see her being both sort of like, serious, but but also, sort of statuesque and imposing as queen of Dale. Yeah, good. Marie says, and she's less than 10 years younger than Bard. Right. So we're not casting like a 19-year-old in that role, which I think is good. I agree.
She has no Twitter? Wow. He's gonna add her, and he said she's got no Twitter.
Nick says, I somehow
respect for her as
respect her more. Yeah, exactly. Oh wow. Well, it's just too bad she won't be able to hear the news. That's all.
Yeah. Oh well.
Okay. Now we have Galadhil. These are some reminders. This is Celeborn. of course.
This is not Celeborn's sister.
This is not Celeborn's sister. This is a reminder of whom we cast as Celeborn, so that we can remember. And so Galadhil, his sister. We have Olga Kurylenko. Yeah. Kelly Riley. And Kristen Ritter. I only know Kristen Ritter. Of course, she was Jessica Jones in the Marvel series, the Netflix Marvel series. I don't know either of the others, though.
Kelly Riley looks really familiar to me.
Yeah, let's see. I'm just going to look them up quick to see if I should remember them, but haven't.
Bart would never do social media.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not. Yeah, I don't think I do know Olga Kurylenko. Don't think I've seen anything she's in. And then there's Kelly Riley. Let's see. Yeah, she does look familiar. I've definitely seen her in something. What was it? She was in... she played Carolyn Bingley in the Keira Knightley Pride and Prejudice.
Oh, in the Pride and Prejudice? Okay.
Let's see, what else has she done? She played Mary Watson in the non Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock Holmes. The movie, not the TV. She was in that as well. Okay. All right. And all right, so this is our first push.
Oh, this is one of the ones, where we have to.
Yeah, we don't have a clear winner. We had fairly close to a three-way tie. Kristen Ritter was a little behind Kelly Riley and Olga Kurylenko. I don't love Kristen Ritter for this role. There's something about Kristen Ritter's whole sort of face and body shape which does not say elf to me. I'm not sure what. I think she would be really interesting to cast in a female human role, but for some reason I'm not feeling Kristen Ritter as an elf. Especially not. I feel that the Galadhil role, by the time she's in the frame, right? We're showing this is Galadhil after 25,000 years of life, and Kristen Ritter doesn't say that to me. I think that, obviously we're gonna have to falsely age her in the frame, and not that she'll look aged because she's an elf, but still she needs to have a kind of dignitas, right? She needs to be able to pull off. I've been around literally for millennia and millennia, and I have seen epochs pass and kingdoms rise and fall. So, yeah.
Olga Kurylenko could be really interesting. She was a Bond girl. She was in Quantum of Solace, which I will admit I did not see.
I didn't see that one either, yeah.
But I'm just looking at her IMDb picture, and she could be really interesting, actually.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see that. Kelly Riley, I think... Again, I think just looking. Let me go backwards here a minute to this other picture. Yeah, I think I like Kurylenko for Galadhil.
Olga,
if I had to choose, I would choose her. Kelly Riley's coloring. She's a little too fair, a little bit too ginger. I'm not saying for my tastes. I'm just saying for this role, I like the darker hair, paler skin combination for this role. It just seems to fit a little bit better my imagination of it. And then thinking of, again, going back to, it's not like they have to look like twins or anything, but Kelly Riley looks less like his sister.
Celeborn. Yeah.
Than Olga does.
I think Olga looks like she could be related to him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I think I'm going to go with Olga Kurylenko.
Kurylenko.
I think that's where we should go. Kristen Ritter. It is interesting. She could be an interesting villain. Nick was saying he voted for her for Thurin Grethel.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember she was up for it, and I think she's up in another role.
She does. She's is up for another one. Yeah, she gets 2 mentions this year. No, I could definitely see her. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I have placed a role I would love her in yet. But again, I've seen her. I mean, I've watched the Jessica Jones series through twice, so I'm familiar with her, and I'm trying to picture her in some of these roles. And of course, her Jessica Jones character is very un-Silmarillion like. So,
very much.
You know, it takes a little imagination, but yeah.
Thinking forward, we don't really have a whole lot of female roles going. I mean, we've cast quite like pretty much most of the women we're going to have in the show have been cast.
There are a couple important ones coming up. Morwen strikes me, of course, as one really important female character coming up, and Haleth obviously is a big one. But I mean, I think also we're going to have a lot of opportunity for the creation of new female roles. Among the humans, especially.
I think we're going to have to probably,
no, that'll happen. That'll happen.
Because, you get through this age and then basically who you got left is Éowyn.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Right. The second age, we got some good Númenórean female characters.
Right.
But,
that's right. Yeah. That's right. We have some Númenórean. That's true.
But yeah, outside of Númenor, like, were there women in Middle Earth in the second age? There probably were. But
Éowyn and what's her name in the Houses of Healing? Ioreth?
Ioreth. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, that's... That'll be a good one. That'll be a good one. But yeah, no, we will have plenty of scope for developing and rounding that out a little bit. But okay, all right, let us move forward then. So we're going with Olga Kurylenko. All right, Thranduil. We have Matt Smith. That is interesting.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's really interesting.
Mm-hmm. William Moseley and Joe Alwyn. Now, I don't know either of them.
By the way, one of the reasons I can think of Matt Smith is because he did a heck of a Prince Philip in the Crown.
I really liked his Prince Philip.
Yeah.
That
was very Thranduil-like.
Of course, William Moseley was Peter in the Lion and the Witch in the Narnia films, the recent Narnia films.
Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. I got it.
Oh, and he was also in the other ones, Chris Caspian and the Dawn Treader as well.
He did all three of them.
Okay.
I didn't have. I mean, he wasn't much in.
No.
The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, but yes.
Right.
And let's see. I don't think I know Joe Alwyn. He doesn't look familiar to me at all. Yep. Oh, he played Robert Dudley in Mary Queen of Scots. I must have seen that. There's no way I couldn't have seen a Mary Queen of Scots movie. So I must have seen him, but I forgot. Okay.
You must have seen him.
Didn't make an impression.
There's no way you couldn't have seen him.
There's absolutely no way I have not seen that. But I've seen so many Mary Queen of Scots movies that they all run together.
They kind of all blend together, don't they?
I'm not clear on it. But, yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. And, of course, Matt Smith, for people, was Doctor Who, of course, the 11th Doctor, for people who don't know, and did do Prince Philip in the first couple seasons of The Crown. Yeah. Okay. And the winner, William Moseley. Okay. I can get into that.
That picture of him on that, it looks good. I mean, that's like the right tude for Thranduil.
Yeah, I think I think that thinking of Peter, of course he was obviously he was cast as a a teen part there in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. But I can see him as Thranduil. He's not physically imposing, which I think is good. He shouldn't be physically imposing, right? But I can see a kind of refined dignity and arrogance about him. I can definitely get into that casting. It's a good choice.
Right.
Okay, now Gandalf, one of the big moments of this year's casting, our casting of Gandalf. We have Jeremy
and this guy
Irons.
Is going to be with us from now on.
We're gonna have him because he's gonna make his appearance in the frame multiple times, and then of course we're gonna get him for a lot of the Third Age. So we've got Jeremy Irons, who has been in like 1,000 things.
Loads of stuff.
Very, very accomplished actor. Peter Capaldi, another Doctor Who nominee, and Gary Oldman. Okay.
Sirius Black. Yeah.
Sirius Black. Right. Okay.
Also, he was, I forget which he was, but he was either Rosencrantz or Guildenstern in the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are Dead movie.
Oh, right. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tim Roth was the other one.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, that's true. That's true, Nick. I'd forgotten about that. That Jeremy Irons was the original voice of Scar in The Lion King.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right.
I'd forgot about that. Okay. All right. Yeah. Marie and Nick are reminding us that he was also Commissioner Gordon in Batman, Gary Oldman.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. And the winner, Gandalf, will be played by... Oh, another push. We have to vote. So Peter Capaldi lost. That is the only thing we know about this election. But we had a dead tie between Gary Oldman and Jeremy Irons.
I think Gary Oldman. I mean, I could see Jeremy Irons like playing maybe like, oh gosh, I'm forgetting everybody's name. Huron, for example, or like one of the men.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, Jeremy Irons is fantastic. I mean, he's just a wonderful actor.
Absolutely.
And that's
almost a Gandalf-y look that he's got there on
right, scarf included. But yeah, no, he and of course he has a long history of playing, very stern, often villains, but not always villains, but playing, very stern, serious, sort of solemn characters. I think he's, he's wonderful. Francis, I agree. He has a wonderful voice. I love Jeremy Irons' voice. Of course, one other reason to go with Oldman over Irons is he's 10 years younger. And again, we're gonna need Gandalf for like 20 more years.
That is one thing I was thinking. I also think Jeremy Irons. I think if Jeremy Irons was cast, I think everybody would be like, oh yeah, of course he would be Gandalf. With Gary Oldman, it's like, oh, right. I never thought of but it's a little bit. But I think he'd be awesome. I think he'd be really good at the role. They both would. Yeah. I just think Gary Oldman would be really, really good. Yeah,
I agree with Sharon. She says there's also like some whimsy in Gandalf's character that Oldman might be better able to pull off.
By the way, have we cast Saruman yet? Because if not, Irons would be an awesome Saruman.
That is an interesting point. No, there's no way we have. We haven't done Gandalf yet.
No, we haven't.
We did Kuranir, but we didn't
but we haven't. Yeah, because he would be. He almost looks like Christopher Lee in that photo.
Yes. Yeah.
But with that voice, with Jeremy Irons' voice, and the way he has always been that kind of role, he'd be an awesome Saruman.
Agreed. Yeah, Chris Graham says Jeremy Irons would totally control people's minds. Yes.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Jeremy Irons for the voice of Saruman. Yeah, I can definitely. Oh
yeah.
So yeah, let's kind of file that one away as seems a good choice. Now, let me just say, I don't hate the idea of Peter Capaldi as Gandalf. I think that Peter Capaldi could do Gandalf. I would not be hideously disappointed or think it an inappropriate casting. I don't hate it, or rather, I wouldn't hate it if we did that. I can understand why he didn't.
Radagast.
Yeah. I mean, I can see it. I can see that, but yeah. It's so yes. Nick is saying we could have our uncertain choice for Gandalf here. We could do the three of them, right? We could have Saruman, Gandalf, and Radagast.
Saruman and Radagast. Yep.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be against that at all.
Exactly. As Catherine says, it's like a value package, right? We're getting all three of the wizards in one election here.
In one go. That's right. That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah. That'd be perfect. That'd be fun.
Fine with me.
And we can stick with the trend of casting a Doctor Who as Radagast, but we'll do it better than it was done before.
Oh, right. That's right.
Not that I don't love McCoy, as I love McCoy, as he still may be in the end my favorite of the classic Doctors.
Yes.
But
not the way he was made.
Yeah, we would not do to Peter Capaldi what was done to Sylvester McCoy in there. Yeah. Now it's true, Chris. We could cast Capaldi as Palando, the Blue Wizard, but yeah.
I was thinking.
The Blue Wizards are going to be major characters, though. We're absolutely gonna do the whole story of the Blue Wizards. There's no question that is going to happen. Okay, but speaking of wonderful voices, we have the voice of Glaurung. And so the casting instructions here: a rich, persuasive voice, mellifluous, creepily beautiful, not evil sounding, is what we want for the voice of Glaurung. Okay. So our nominees are me. Good grief, who nominated me for that? Javier Bardem, me, and Liam Neeson. Okay.
Oh, and we also have a second. We have a second page.
Oh, and a second page. Two more. So we've got 5 total nominees, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Jeff Goldblum. Okay.
Right.
Okay. All right. 5 nominees. So let me. So Javier Bardem, what was he in? What do I know him from?
He was in Eat, Pray, Love. He was also in one of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. He was in the latest one, I think. Okay. He was the ghost captain.
I'm not up to date with those. Yeah, he was in Dead Men Tell No Tales. Yeah.
Dead Men Tell No Tales. That's one. Yeah.
Let's see.
He's a Spanish actor.
He was in Skyfall. I have a vague memory of him.
Oh, was he in Skyfall?
Yeah, another Bond actor. So is James Bond going to be one of our like? We tend to go in motifs, right? We had like the Vikings season. You know, is this going to be a little like a James Bond motif here for these? Okay, yeah, I don't think I vaguely remember him from Skyfall, but I don't know any of the rest of his work. And then Liam Neeson, of course, even I know Liam Neeson. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, I don't know that I know him either. Let me see.
Yeah, I've seen him in a bunch of stuff. He's super recognizable, but I can't remember anything right off the top of my head that he's that I could name.
Okay, he's in The Walking Dead, which I haven't seen. He was in Batman versus Superman. He's in. Okay, yeah, no, I don't. Nothing I've seen. He was in Grey's Anatomy. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like him a lot. I've seen him. He's been in a couple of like Hallmark type movies too. Yeah. I mean, not specifically, but
he was in the Star Trek Enterprise series. He was a cameo. I think he wasn't a main actor, but
no,
he was in an episode of that. It looks like.
Right.
Just going through his list here.
He was probably he was probably like a Klingon or something.
Yeah, exactly. So he was probably completely in. Yeah. Okay.
And then Jeff Goldblum. The Fly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what was which movie was it? Was it the Avengers movie? It was one of the Avengers movies, I think, that he played that crazy character. One of the Marvel movies. Have you gotten to it yet? Oh, I think it's the first of the Thanos ones, actually. I think. Anyway. He plays a really crazy character.
He was in. You're thinking of Thor Ragnarok. He's the one who played the Grand Master.
Ragnarok. That's it.
In Ragnarok. Yeah.
Yeah. He was that crazy dude.
Yes.
That he did really
in the Junkyard Planet. Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. All right. And of course he was in Jurassic Park as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. And the winner is Jeff Goldblum wins. Okay, this was hotly contested.
That could be really good. I think that could be really good. I mean, he'd be an interesting Glaurung, actually.
Yes, he has a really. He has this sort of like, I don't know, sort of cultured voice. Like it's not
right.
What I like about this casting is that his voice is not like. For instance, casting Jeremy Irons as the voice of Glaurung would be more kind of typecasty for the kind of, because he was the voice of Scar, right? This sort of like deep, moody, dark kind of voice, right? But Jeff Goldblum's voice is it's like kind of ironic, and it has this yeah, I mean, it's not at all the kind of voice that you would associate with the and I like that. I think that that could be really powerfully done.
And I'm assuming we'll keep him, like, in other words, we'll keep him. He'll be back, right?
Yeah.
With Turin. So that'll be super interesting.
Yeah. Cool. Marie says, I seemed to have a really clear idea of what I wanted for Glaurung, which was a reason that I got nominated. Was that like a sort of punitive, right? Like, okay, if you want, if this is what you want, you can do it yourself. Okay. All right. I hear that. Okay. And the voice of Thranduil. We have Peter Dinklage, of course, from Game of Thrones, Daniel Day-Lewis, whom we've already cast as Manwë, but we talked about the possibility of having the voice of Thranduil being the same as the voice of Manwë, and Liam Neeson again. Okay. All right. And the winner is... Oh, Mo, it's another push. Okay, we've got a tie between Daniel Day-Lewis and Liam Neeson. So Peter Dinklage didn't win this. And I'm fine with that. I love Peter Dinklage, but I think Thranduil I don't think is quite right. So
no. Daniel Day-Lewis, I think, is right. I mean, just like we said, make an alteration so that there's still some timbre or some, reminiscence of Manwë, but it's not Manwë's act,
Right.
It's not like we're getting Manwë talking through Thranduil.
Right. Exactly. I would think there could be some, even possibly some kind of mechanical alteration that that could be done to make it sound a little more eagerly.
But I like that idea because then it still connects to Manwë.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think we should. I think we should go with that. Yeah, just as a recollection. Yeah, exactly. No, Stephen, the idea is we do want to make it clear that Manwë isn't there. In fact, like, if anything, the effect that we would be going for is that it might be like vaguely reminiscent of Manwë, but it would not sound like Manwë is there, like that he's transformed himself into an eagle and shown up.
It can be altered. Yeah. It's like, we want it to be, like you said, reminiscent, but it's not like Manwë's talking through him, like Thranduil or some kind of puppet. Right.
Yeah, no, I think we can easily avoid that effect, but yeah, no, I think it works. I think we can definitely make that work. But yeah, Stephen, we're absolutely thinking about that we would not want that to happen. So, but I like the link. And here's the other thing. Thranduil is important, but he's a really minor character. Yeah, I mean, like, he's not going to have a whole lot of lines, in all of Silmarillion. I mean, he's going to show up several times, but it's not like, Liam Neeson would be kind of wasted on this part. It's just, yeah.
Of course, if we're having somebody do a voice, doesn't mean they couldn't be an actor. Like,
right.
Jeff Goldblum, for example, could be an actor at some other point in the story, but.
Right.
But I just think this kind of has an elegance to it. And I do think that audio engineering is such that, it could be modified, in an interesting way.
Yeah. Yeah. Nick was reminding us that, of course, Gimli and Treebeard,
right. There's an example. Sure.
The same voice guy of Treebeard was the same guy that was playing Gimli. So, and that doesn't, you don't notice that. Right. So, and that alteration might be even more dramatic than I would necessarily even want, because Treebeard's voice does not sound reminiscent of Gimli's voice, so we might want to keep it even a little bit closer than that.
We also had Benedict Cumberbatch doing Sauron and Smaug, right?
Right.
In the Hobbit film.
Yes. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Cool.
Now, Anael. Okay, so this is he's a Cinda, and he is Very minor character in season 4, but he's going to become more important. We didn't quite have him. Did we have him actually captured, or we were just going to have him captured next season? We were foreshadowing that he was going to be captured, but
Marie says he's captured.
We did actually get him all the way captured. Yeah. Okay. All right. There we go.
Thank heavens we got that taken care of.
Glad we got him under wraps. Okay. All right. Okay, so, and again, he's going to come back as an important figure later on. Of course, we have to play out the rest of his role in the catch and release program as we move forward. And our nominees are Riz Ahmed, Harry Lloyd, and Andrew Garfield. Riz Ahmed, I am sure I don't know. Whoop. Sorry, I just spoiled it, but he's going to win. So I just clicked through to that, so that's okay. Okay, so Riz Ahmed ends up winning. I like that. Let me try to. So Harry Lloyd, is this the guy? Is that? I'm doubting myself. What am I recognizing him from? Oh, right, Game of Thrones. He was Viserys. Okay.
Oh, he played in Rogue One. Oh, I'm sorry. Not that guy. The guy that won. Riz Ahmed.
Oh, Riz Ahmed was in Rogue One?
Mm-hmm.
I'm forgetting him. Okay.
Bodhi Rook was his character's name.
Okay. Oh, he was in Venom too. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. Yeah, I do know that. What do I know Andrew Garfield from?
Yeah, I know him, and I'm trying to think myself where I know him from.
He's very familiar. He was in Spider-Man. Okay. Right, he played Peter Parker in one of the Spider-Man versions. He was one of the Spider-Men, so that's okay. Though actually, I think what I'm remembering his face, I'm definitely what I'm remembering his face from, was his role in the 2-part episode of the evolution of the Daleks and the Daleks in Manhattan from Doctor Who. He was a memorable minor character in a 2-part show there. That's definitely what I'm remembering him from. The fact that he was Spider-Man was part of it. But anyway, but Riz Ahmed. Okay. All right. I can, I think that this works. This works. Cool. Okay. Meryl. All right. So for Meryl, remember, is the wife of Orodreth. She's the one who meets Orodreth, and they are adorable at the Merith Adderthad and get married thereafter. We have Daisy Ridley, of course, from Star Wars. We have Anna Popplewell, who was Susan Pevensey in the Narnia films. And we have Anna Paquin, who I should be remembering, but I'm totally forgetting.
She was, when she was a little girl, she played in the piano with Sam Neill and I forget the other guy's name.
Right.
And
she's one of those people who has been in a lot of things that are famous, but I never saw. That's why I recognize her name.
Well, I mean, that was 19th century. Surely you would have seen that. Wait, you probably did see it, but it's a while back.
Piano? Yeah, piano. It was a while back. Yes.
Well, I mean, Anna's 37 now, so yeah, it was a few years ago because she was
93.
She was young.
Yeah. Which predates my marriage, so I might not have seen it. Yeah.
You may not have seen it.
Yeah. Yes.
You escaped that one.
That was in the year I met my wife, but I was not yet seeing period dramas with my wife. Okay.
The relationship hadn't.
No, we hadn't progressed to the period drama stage yet. Yeah. Yeah. She was Rogue in the first X-Men. Okay, yeah, I
Oh,
did
right.
see that.
Okay.
So,
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, Meryl, Daisy Ridley as Meryl. Okay. So, this is cool. I can't help but wonder if maybe we should save Daisy Ridley. Meryl's a really small role, at least so far. I mean, we can grow Meryl's character somewhat. I would be interested, by the way. I will be interested, that is to say, to see what we do with Meryl's character as we get like into the Nargothrond period of the career of Orodreth. So Meryl will have, I think, a part of increasing prominence over the next couple seasons, but it's still a fairly small role. Not that, necessarily Daisy Ridley needs to be saved for a major role, but it's not that I dislike the casting.
I mean, Elwing, we have Elwing to come in the future, right? I'm just thinking of other female elves that we're going to have coming our way.
I agree, Marie, that Marie says she's young and bubbly, which is what we want from Meryl.
Well, that's true.
Yes. Having a young Meryl is good. I agree. I mean, that's a good move. She's also, on the taller side. She's 5'7", not very tall, but she's not short. The other two actresses are quite short. Shorter anyway.
Oh, she was nominated for Glaurung. I'd forgotten that.
Daisy Ridley was.
Yeah.
Yes, but that was yeah. By the time we get to Glaurung in the main show, though, Daisy Ridley is going to be young and bubbly anymore.
Well, whoever we cast as Glaurung. Right.
Exactly. Daisy Ridley is going to be, like, by the time...
We'll have to do the thing they did with Carrie Fisher in Rogue
exactly.
One, right?
I mean, exactly. We're gonna be, she's gonna be like 43 by the time we get to go, to Glaurung. So, the
CGI. We'll have a lot of CGI things going on to help the actors look.
Yes. The young bride of Arathorn, who is so young that everyone thinks she's too young to marry him. She probably again by that a lot of time is going to. I mean, the woman who we will probably eventually cast as Glaurung is probably currently about 9, right? So she's probably not in middle school yet. By the time, because it's going to be like 16 years before we get there. So
yeah, I got the same question as Nick. I can't remember the Numenorian queen's name. I know you know that, right? Do you remember her name?
Silmarillion. There's the.
Oh, there was another one I was thinking of that was what's her name? Shoot. Tarmariel. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, Tarmariel is the last one. And there's Arendis is of course another really important Numenorian.
Right. Oh yeah, woman? That's what I think.
I think
wife? What I was thinking of. Yeah.
She's not the ruling queen, but.
Right. Actually, any of those, like back to Glenn Close, she could do any of those. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's I'm fine with this.
Daisy Ridley.
I'm not going to veto it because I don't think it's inappropriate. I think she'd be great. My only concern was, like, do we want to save her for something? But then again, it's not like I have a role in mind that I would necessarily want to save her for. She's not big enough for Haleth. She couldn't pull off Haleth, I don't think. I mean, like, okay, like she
maybe Nienor.
Nienor? That's interesting. That is interesting. Yeah. Yeah, but
that's the only other.
Yeah.
But the other thing too is, I mean, she's a big name right now because of the Star Wars pictures. I mean, I on the one hand, I'd like to have some big names. On the other hand, it's like I don't want to have it be like,
Yeah.
marquee. Daisy Ridley as such and such.
Right, exactly. Oh yeah, and Catherine, I don't want to lose sight of Anna Popplewell either. Like I'm fine with Anna Popplewell being somewhere.
Absolutely.
I think that would be excellent. Yeah.
Actually, she might be an interesting Nienor.
Ooh, Rian. That's a really interesting. Yeah. Rian, Huor's wife. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. We'll see. But I definitely would like to see her somewhere in this. I think we could definitely find a good role for her. But that's fine. I'm happy to stick with Daisy Ridley for Meryl. Now, Rogrin. Rogrin, one of my favorite characters. I love Rogrin. And we have now Rogrin has to be a manly man, right? We no, sleek, slim dudes, right, for Rogrin. This is a guy who has to be able to wield an enormous maul. Like we need somebody who can wield a 20-pound hammer in combat, right? So this is important. So we've got, of course, Jason Momoa. Not surprising there, right? That he could pull it off, no question. We've got John Bernthal and Jared Padalecki. Now, I don't know Jared Padalecki. I have to...
Is he one of the ones that played in... oh, God, now I can't think of the damn name. Stranger Things? No, not Stranger Things.
He's in Supernatural.
Supernatural. That was one. That was what I was thinking of. He's one of the brothers in Supernatural.
Yes. Yeah, okay, which I haven't seen. So...
oh, my God.
I know. It will happen someday. Marie, I promise it'll happen someday. Yes, Marie, I know you've seen Supernatural. Yes.
Boy, look at John Bernthal. He is a busy dude. He's got like 6 things in post production. Mm-hmm. Unbelievable.
Yeah, and John Bernthal wins. I love it. John Bernthal, of course, was the Punisher in the Marvel series. This is possibly my favorite casting in the history of some film. I think I love this actor for this role more than I have loved any actor for any role we have ever done. That like leonine roar that he does, like as the Punisher when two people have their knives driven into his body and he's like pushing through and stabbing somebody else, like that roar that John Bernthal does. It's exactly what I hear Rog on the battlefield. Oh man, fantastic. Just fantastic. And like, he's pretty much a professional at getting tortured. So it's perfect. I mean, oh my goodness. This is a guy born to be imprisoned in Angband. There's just nothing not to like. Do I like it more than I like the Rock cast as the casting of the Rock, which of course we cast as Tolkis? I think I like it even a little bit better. Kind of even a little bit better.
Character.
Yeah. I think I like this casting even, and that was a good casting too. I mean, that's still a favorite, but I think this might be even better. So I'm excited, very excited by that casting. Okay, Caranthir. So now this is our redo on Caranthir. So first we have just to remember, these are our other Feanorians, right? We've got Maedhros there, Maglor, Celegorm, Curufin, Amras, and Amrod, the short-lived. And so for Caranthir, we get Edskrein, Jai? How do you pronounce his name? I'm not even sure. Jay Courtney, and Jared Padalecki. Again, didn't we just have him? Isn't that the same guy? Yes, no, Jared Padalecki. It is. Okay, it is the same guy. All right. Okay. All right. Now hang on. So I just looked him up. I gotta look up the other two. Ed Skrein? Okay.
Skrein?
Ed Skrein. He's...
he was in Maleficent, Mistress of Evil.
I did not see that, actually. Did not see that. Like, I don't know. And he was in Deadpool, but I haven't seen Deadpool yet,
right.
because I'm not letting myself, because I haven't seen all the other X-Men films, so I've got to do the X-Men from the beginning, and then I can watch Deadpool. Sorry, completionist, kind of compulsively. Okay.
He was in Game of Thrones, but doesn't look like for very in minor role.
Dario Naharis. Okay. All right.
Of course, it's going to be like Game of Thrones is kind of like film. You know, everybody's in it.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. I like that sentence. Game of Thrones is kind of like film. Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. Okay, Jay Courtney. I don't think I know him either. I don't know any of the things that he has been in. Okay, yep. No, don't know any of his stuff. Okay. Nick says he just sent a video of John Bernthal beating up a bunch of guys with a sledgehammer. Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of his work. I'm telling you. Oh, man, it's so perfect. Yeah. Okay. Right. Marie said that our criteria for Caranthir was looks like he can handle himself in a bar fight. Yeah, we had too many like that last time. The reason we ended up calling a redo on Caranthir was we had a bunch of like, you know, pretty boys, like, you know,
right,
like slight. Not that Caranthir needs to be not full thug mode, right? But, you know, trending in that direction, right?
Like a wannabe thug.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, too many waifs. Yeah, we had a lot of waifs last time, and we don't want Caranthir to be a waif. He doesn't need to be Andre the Giant, but he should be one of the most physically imposing, I think, of the Sons of Feanor. All right, and Ed Skrein wins. Okay, his face, I like the sort of like the sharpness of his nose and chin, right? Mm-hmm. He has this almost he almost looks like the Joker, right? I mean, you know, he would be a good his face looks like he would make a good Batman Joker, actually. You know, that smile is great. You know, somebody who is kind of getting into mischief a lot, right? And laughing at you after doing it. I can definitely see him pulling that off really well. Nick says he looks like somebody I want to beat with a hammer. Yeah, no, that's great. That makes a good Caranthir, right? Absolutely. Yeah, good. Okay, no, I like it. Thumbs up on Caranthir this time around. I like that. Okay, so for Diriel, we have to recall that we've got Curufin and Celebrimbor. Curufin is the guy who that was Billy from The Punisher, if I'm remembering his face, right? That's really interesting. Okay, and then Celebrimbor, who is no, he was Caspian, right? Curufin was Caspian, right? Okay, that's right. Yeah, very similar face. And then Celebrimbor over there. So Diriel, the mother, the options are Katie McGrath, Una Chaplin, and Felicia Day. Okay. Katie McGrath. What do I know?
She was in what's his Merlin, the show Merlin.
Yeah.
She played the prince, the niece, the Morgause or whatever.
Right. Mm-hmm. She also played Lucy Westenra in the mm-hmm. earlier TV depiction. Got it, right? And yeah, she was Morgana in Merlin, right?
Morgana, that's right, Morgana.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't know her well. She plays Lena Luthor in Supergirl as well. That's one of her more recent things. Okay. Una Chaplin. I don't remember her. I know.
Yeah, I was
Felicia
just
Day,
looking.
of
She
course.
played Talisa Stark and Talisa Magyar in Game of Thrones.
Ah, okay. Okay. Yes, I'm placing her now in Game of Thrones. Right.
She's Spanish. That's kind of cool. Oh yeah, I was going to say she's the daughter of Geraldine Chaplin. So, Charlie Chaplin's her granddad.
Right. Right.
I guess she's probably named after her grandmother, because that's what I thought when I saw Una Chaplin. I'm like, wasn't that Charlie Chaplin's wife, Una Chaplin? Yeah, it was.
I'm forgetting. Okay, I finally play. I couldn't place her in Game of Thrones. Of course, she's the one who marries Robb Stark. Okay, got it. Right. Right. I remember now. Got it. Okay. Excellent. And she is the winner. Good. Good. I like it. I like it. This was a close race.
Yeah, it was.
Between the three of them.
Got to have Felicia Day do something. I mean, it's Felicia Day.
Yeah.
She's got to do something.
Yeah. 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 No, I would definitely endorse Una Chaplin. I think that works well. I agree, Chris. Chris Graham was saying that he doesn't think that Felicia Day has a really elvish face either.
No, I agree. I agree. I think she needs to be a human. There's a human role for her in there somewhere,
or even a hobbit role.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Actually,
good point. She could be Lobelia.
Yeah, that's great. So Felicia Day, we have some news for you.
Actually.
Yeah, she's been cast as.
She would probably love to play Lobelia.
Cast as Lobelia. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
she would love that. You're right. Okay, Icthelion. Sebastian Stan, Lee Hum Wang, and Jensen Ackles. Okay. Funny story. Sebastian Stan, of course, right? Yes, I knew I recognized him from Marvel. He's Bucky Barnes in.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's Bucky. Right.
Marvel.
He's Captain
films.
America's buddy, right? Yeah.
The
Winter Soldier.
Lee Hum Wang. This is a Silm film first, in that this is the first actor nominated for a part in Silm film that I went to college with. Actually.
No way.
Yes.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Wow.
He was 2 years behind me at college. And in college, he was already really famous in Asia. Like nobody knew him in America, but yeah, like at the age of 20, he was already like a pop star in in Korea and China. So it was like he performed in several very well attended theatrical performances at college, and there was a lot of.
It's interesting that they have on his IMDb, the first thing that shows up is his soundtrack work. Mm-hmm. Isn't that interesting? The actor work is secondary to that, which is very interesting. Yeah.
No, it was funny. I saw him. I mean, I have not thought about Lee Hum Wang for a long time. It's been, I graduated from college an embarrassing amount of years ago. But I saw him and I'm like, you're kidding me, Lee Hum Wang? I knew that guy. Yeah.
Hey, he's the voice of a dragon in a movie called Where's the Dragon from 2015.
Yeah.
There you go. We got an experienced dragon voice here.
Yeah. No, it was. Marie said it was requested we nominate actors who could sing for this role. Yeah.
Oh well, there you go. Yeah, that's a good point.
There we go. Yep. Yeah, no, Lee Hum can sing. There's no question about that.
Oh, and Jensen Ackles is the other brother from Supernatural, huh?
Right. Okay. Right, yeah. That's why I don't know him either. Someday.
Oh my God, it's still going on. How could I lose track? I just noticed 2020. They've got Supernatural's 2020. I thought it was over, but it's not. Oh my gosh. That's
Season 15 of Supernatural? Someday I'm going to get there. Marie, I'm totally going to get and watch Supernatural someday. Mostly for you. Mostly for your recommendation. It is totally on my list. Yeah. Okay. But yes, not having seen Supernatural, I don't know any of his other work.
Well, I mean, it's going for 15 years. He probably doesn't have any other work.
Right, exactly.
He doesn't need that.
He's been busy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, cool. All right, and okay, Sebastian Stan wins. That's fine. I think he's good, but I like Bucky Barnes. I think he can pull off. Certainly, you know, his action movie resume is pretty good, and Ecthelion needs to be able to be an action hero. Can I imagine, you know, Bucky Barnes grappling Gothmog to death with no arms in a fountain? Yes, I can. So that's fine. And I have to say again, I'm not usually able to say like I remember how tall this guy is, but Lee Hum-Wang is a very, very talented actor, but not physically imposing. I am much larger than Lee Hum-Wang is, as I recall. So yes, I think Ecthelion needs to be fairly studly. So yeah, interesting. Wow, Lee Hum-Wang, that is a blast from my past. Okay, now Ethelos. So Angrod's wife, who dies tragically during this season. She is our big climactic death in the battle. So we have Gal Gadot, who was, of course, Wonder Woman in the recent film. Jewel Staite, of course, who is a Firefly fame. Bridget Regan, I don't think I know her.
She was in Legend of the Seeker. Did you ever see that show? Legend of the Seeker. It was on for 2 seasons.
She looks kind of familiar. Was she in? Oh, she was in Agent Carter too.
Yeah, okay. She was in Agent Carter also. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I that must be what I'm remembering of, because I just watched that fairly recently. Dottie Underwood. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I don't think I know her in anything else. Oh, wait. Yes, I do. She was in John Wick, which I just watched on an airplane. Yes. Okay. I remember her from that. Okay. Nick, I'm doing the chronological order for Marvel, not the production order. Yeah. So I watched Agent Carter through second, right after the first Captain America film. Okay, and Kristen Ritter, again, of course, of Jessica Jones fame. So,
but again, I think we're back to her really not being a elf.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Again, not a big fan of her as an elf. Could be made to work, but let's see. And the result. Okay, the result is a push. So we have primarily a tie here between Gal Gadot and Bridget Regan.
Well, so this is a relatively short. It's an impactful season 4 character, but
yes.
but not beyond season 4, right?
It's a comparatively brief role,
right?
As far as in film terms. Okay. Angrod's height is 6'1", so and that's fine, but we've got 5'9" and 5'10". That's not a major difference there. I'm
either one of those. I mean, they both could work. I have a hard time separating Gal Gadot from Wonder Woman, but
Well, I mean, I liked her in Wonder Woman.
Me too. I did too.
I have no opponents there.
That's what I mean. I mean, I liked her in Wonder Woman, so it's like that's how I always think of her.
Right.
But that's neither here nor there. I don't know. I mean, I think they both would be fine. I mean, I remember Bridget from Legend of the Seeker, and she was very warrior-ish.
Yeah. And Ethelos does need to be warrior-ish.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that she needs to be literally Amazonian, right?
Right. I mean, that would probably be one reason not to have Gal Gadot in is for that connection, right, in the viewers' minds. But I don't know. I mean,
I almost wonder if we might want to save Gal Gadot too.
I was thinking the same thing. Not sure for what, but
of course, there's this natural film bias to, like, the people get cast in the Elvish roles, you know, get to be in the show for like 10 years, and the people who get cast in human roles have a really short shelf life, right? I mean,
that's true.
That's just kind of the way it is, right? Okay, so I think I'd go with Bridget Regan for Ethelos. I think all things considered,
I think I can be behind that.
Both because we might want to save Gal Gadot for a different role, and yeah, and of course I love Jewel State.
Identifiable in this, like, you know, as a warrior, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean, all four of these women I would love to see in different roles. I mean, I think that there's a lot of potential there, but yeah, Chris says maybe Gal Gadot as Rian, the one, or yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, maybe, or you know, I don't know if she could pull off Morwen. If she were Morwen, then she could give Turin his stunning good looks, Chris, as you suggest. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I can't think of both for Kristen Ritter, who again is a runner-up in this category as well, and Gal Gadot and Jewel State. We can't not have Jewel State at some point.
I know. We have to have the whole Firefly crew in. I mean, Firefly crew, absolutely.
Clearly.
I mean, we need to be thinking what Alan Tudyk's going to play. Just keep that in the back of your mind.
True. Yeah, we do. Yeah, I could see Jewel State playing a Hobbit character.
Did we already cast Summer Glau? I know she came up.
We cast her as she's a Vala, isn't she?
Isn't she? Yeah,
Nessa.
She's a Vala.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Nessa.
Yeah, she's Nessa.
That's right.
Which for some reason Nick remembers. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we'll hang on to that. Okay. Glorfindel. The time
I have studied every one of these.
Okay.
I made a point of studying every one of these.
Well, and this is, I'm giving you veto power over this one, Trish. This is important, right? I mean,
well, first of all, when I looked at this slide, they all work. I mean, I totally thumbs up on all nominations here.
Okay. So Vasily Stepanov, I know nothing he's been in.
I mean, neither
at all.
I mean, even when I looked, it was kind of like, I don't recognize any of these things, but that's fine.
All of these, both of these first two actors, Vasily Stepanov and Alex Pettyfer.
Well, Alex Pettyfer stands out. He's played in Magic Mike, which is about male strippers. So.
Okay. Didn't see that. Yeah, no, don't know any of his work, as it's not any of the things I've been on my watch throughs. Nor has he been in any costume dramas or
that's right.
Or cottage
nothing
mysteries,
in the 19th century that we know of, right?
No.
And Wyatt Nash plays in Riverdale, which is the dark version of Archie comics.
Archie, yes, exactly. Which my wife actually really liked Archie comics as a kid, so we were like this close to watching Riverdale, and then she was like, "You know what? Nah, no, I don't think."
Oh no, it's I was an Archie comics fan too, and I was like, nah. I watched like 2 shows. I was like, no, not doing it.
Yeah, that's we almost got there, but not quite. Whom did he play?
Charles Smith.
Okay.
I have no idea who that is.
Don't know. Okay. Fine. All right. Okay. Yeah. Good. All right. So our winner is Alex Pettifer. Okay, well, he's got by the pictures here, are we suggesting we need a prominent abs scene for Glorfindel at some point? Right?
I know. I was looking at some of his things on IMDb. There's a lot of photos from Magic Mike. But when he was younger, he also played in Tom Brown's School Days.
Okay.
As a young man.
Okay. What he's pretty. I mean,
Yeah, he's pretty.
He's pretty.
But he also has, I noticed in some of his photos, he's got a really, very sort of, I don't know, manly, I suppose. He doesn't have it's not a pretty face. His nose is a masculine nose. His chin is masculine.
Yeah, he's got like a square jaw. He's not.
Yeah.
His face is pretty without being delicate.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I can definitely see this guy fighting a Balrog. That
absolutely.
That works for me.
We also have to have him showing up, near the fords of Bruinen at some point in the future.
Absolutely. Yeah. Not to mention, Glorfindel's going to get plenty of action in the third age, right? We'll get him, of course, with the not only the role in which he is named, right, for the the final battle with the Witch King, but again, doubtless he was involved in many of those other things as well. There,
that's right.
And exactly, Catherine, I agree. I can easily imagine him running around with Ithalian as well. With the
I think the two together, actually, And it's interesting because we got a blonde and a dark hair, which is kind of fun
and between the two of them, I think that, and I'm already forgetting his name, the Bucky Barnes actor, but he would look a little bit like the older brother standing next to this guy, which I think is appropriate. I think for Ithalian to kind of look a little bit more older brotherish to Glorfindel works for me. Sebastian Stan, thank you. Yes, let me not just call him Bucky Barnes all the time. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Excellent choice. Strong work. Great work, Hakan, on the casting on these.
I completely approve.
Yeah, excellent. Very good. We have Trish's approval, and now we have Idril. So we have
quite a few. We got 5 nominations for Idril.
Right. So we're recalling the family circle here, right? So we got Turgan and Elenwe, and then we've already cast Idril as a child. So we've got this to work with. And so we have 5 nominees.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Chloe Glace Moretz. I don't think I know her.
She looks vaguely familiar. Actually, none of these. I don't. This is making me feel really old.
Yeah. I don't think I know her. Nope. Don't see anything I recognize. Yeah. Okay. No, don't see anything I recognize from her. And Sophie Turner, of course, who was Sansa Stark in Game of Thrones. And Nell Tiger Free. She looks vaguely familiar, but I might be wrong. No, I'm not wrong. She's Myrcella in Game of Thrones. Okay. That's why I don't recognize her, because she's older in that picture than she was in the show. Okay. Right. Okay. All right, so 2 Game of Thrones castings. It would be interesting for Nell Tiger Free because she's young. She's only 20. So casting Idril in season 4 as a very young actress, so that she's still, quite young, because it's going to be, the fall of Gondolin is not going to be for some time, in seasons, right? So that is an interesting factor. Joanna Vanderham. Okay. I don't think I know her either. No, don't think I know her. She's in a bunch of TV series, but nothing that I saw. The Paradise, Banished, Warrior, Retribution. Yeah, I don't know any of these. Okay. British TV actress. And Lily James.
She was Cinderella in the Disney live action Cinderella.
Okay. Okay.
She was also in Downton Abbey.
She was in Downton Abbey?
Yeah, it says she played Lady Rose McClare.
Oh, right, Lady Rose. Okay. Yes. Okay. I haven't seen all of Downton Abbey. My wife stopped watching Downton Abbey after the first 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah, I think I did too, actually.
We did see the film when it came out, and I got the briefing on what had happened in the meantime. But, but I haven't seen it. Basically, when the guy Matthew, what did we cast him as? The guy who played Matthew, and he was also in Beauty and the Beast. The live action Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
What do we cast him? We cast him as Finarfin. Yes, we cast him as Finarfin.
Oh, okay, right.
Thank you, Stephen. As soon as his character died, my wife was like, "I'm out."
Yeah, I think that's about me too. It was like, no, I'm not doing this anymore.
That's as far as I went. Oh, she was Elizabeth Bennet in Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. That's what I'm remembering her from.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's what I'm remembering her from. Okay. All right. So, and we have another push. Okay. So a 3-way tie between Chloe Grace Moretz, Lily James, and Nell Tiger Free.
Well, like you said, Nell Tiger Free's got her age at her advantage.
Yeah.
Well, so Chloe's only 22 herself, so.
Yeah. Let's go with Nell Tiger Free.
Okay.
Besides which, that's just an awesome name, right? I mean, everything else aside. I mean, come on. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go with that. I think I do like Lily James. I think she'd be fine, but let's go with Nell Tiger Free. I don't like this picture of her. I think it's, but I'm not a big fan of this picture of her. But anyway,
right.
I think she could be a really good Idril. Okay, and that's it. That's the end. We have completed the casting. Very good. And we didn't veto anybody. Came close, was tempted to veto Daisy Ridley, but we stuck with it. So it's fine.
That's right.
No vetoes this year. And my favorite casting ever. So that was...
and mine too.
Yeah.
Different character, but...
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. You guys did great. Excellent nominations, excellent voting, excellent coordination.
Yeah, this was a gorgeous slideshow this year. This was really fantastic.
Awesome.
Thank you for posting the links and the stats and the reminders of the families and everything else. That was really well
compared to the first year we did this, the first year we did it was like, let's go find the IMDb.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, let's.
Yeah, we were really kind of winging it. So anyway, many thanks to Hakan. What a wonderful job Hakan has done as our casting director. Thank you for this show and for all the work that you did in this. And you always find and nominate all these really interesting actors and actresses that I never.
By the way, we have a whole nother show now to pull from, which is The Witcher.
True.
So next season, I'm expecting to see people from The Witcher on the nominations.
That's right. That's right. I'm gonna get to that one too. Oh
yeah. Well, you got to play the game. You got to read the books, and you got to watch the show.
I know. Well, I felt bad because I haven't played the game, so I was like, I don't know if I can watch the show yet.
Well, I'll clue you in because apparently, there's 3 of them, and one's better than another. So I'm going to try them out, and I'll let you know.
Right. Excellent. Okay. Right. Maria said that she nominated Henry Cavill.
That's right. You did. For
Maedhros.
Yeah.
That would not have been a bad casting. What would you think of Henry Cavill as Hurin, Marie?
Ooh.
He could do Hurin.
He could definitely do Hurin.
I mean,
yeah, Nick's down for that.
He's got the frame for Hurin, right? I mean,
what came up
gotta
for
be,
absolutely,
gotta be big.
I was also thinking, actually, obviously it's a done deal, but the actress that plays Ciri in The Witcher would be a good Idril as well. But that's water under the bridge now.
Yeah. It's all good. All right. Well, thank you everybody for thanks everybody for joining us tonight. This was a really fun casting episode. Again, thanks again to everybody who participated in this, especially Hakan, who put all this together for us. That was really wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
We have one more session in season 4 when we're going to be looking at the artwork that people have been producing. So excited to see that. And then it's on to season 5 and a whole new set of issues as we get to deal with humans. And I'm really looking forward to that. So thanks everybody for joining us. And I will say, as always, thanks for listening and Godspeed. Okay. Very good.
Oh my God, we're actually everybody. Done kind of more or less on time. That's a shock.
That was it. Well, again, in part because the slideshow was so well set up, like it was it made things really,
well, and also we didn't have any. I mean, even though there were some ones that we needed to decide on, none of them were kind of difficult to really. There was no controversy this time around.
No, there wasn't any real controversy. And there was not much I was even strongly tempted to veto.
Chris said it's definitely the fastest you've ever gone through a slideshow.
So true, right? So true. Absolutely.
People are going to be disappointed when they get this, to listen to it asynchronously. They're going to feel like they didn't get, their money's worth.
Not getting your money's worth this fortnight. Absolutely. Okay, cool.
Well, good.
All right.
That's great. No, that's good. I feel good about all that stuff. I'm looking forward to getting on to the next season after the next episode, of course.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Very good. Well, thank you, everybody. And
thanks, everybody.
We will see you again in 2 weeks. Wait.
2 weeks, right?
That true?
Is that right?
That's true.
Yeah, because next week, no.
Yes. Because it's the week
next
after.
Week.
Okay, so it's the 14th. It's Valentine's Day.
Right.
Or no,
That's
the day
right.
before. It's the 13th. Right.
Oh, yeah, good. I was going to say.
Yeah.
You may have to not have it be Valentine's Day.
Right. Anyway, but it's that week actually, and that week is good. That's the week. I'm traveling a lot in February between the 2 moots and also a family vacation because my kids are out of school the week after SoCal moot. So,
okay.
They're actually going to meet me out in California. We're going to spend the week out in California. So
excellent.
Anyway, so I'm going to be gone 3 weekends out of the 4 in February, and so.
But you'll make the 13th.
But we'll make the 13th. No problem. That'll happen. All right. Thanks,
good night, everybody.
Good night.
Although the theoretical budget of our hypothetical blockbuster may be unlimited, the production budgets of this and the rest of our fun alternative educational projects are unfortunately not. If you have enjoyed joining our production team, please consider donating at signumuniversity.org/fund.